Howdy, folks. How are we all today? Hope everybody is well on a nice wintry Sunday morning. I'm saying something, Norman. Yeah, we feel like we're in Alaska here at the moment without the snow. Rain's been bucketing down and hitting the train window. Okay. Just a quick hello to everybody on the channel. G'day, Norman. Carolina Foothills, Dave. Hello, how are you? AJ, welcome. You're new to the channel. Nice to see you coming here. I saw you gas bagging with Daryl there this morning. Gee, 7 hours. And you guys think that I talk a lot. Hello, Dwight. How are you? Who else we gone? John Bannikick. Hopefully, I'll pronounce your last name right. Bannicky. Hey, Kurt. You got more. Got more crap weather coming over to you now, mate. It's just hitting my window. It's been a wild 36 hours, I tell you. Daryl, nice to see you in here. Jean Ricard, how are you, buddy? I hear that our mate was over in your side of the world and didn't even come in to pop in and say hello to you. How rude of him. I mean, it wasn't a long swim, really. Who else do I have in here? Randall, how are you, buddy? Hope you're feeling better. I hear that you haven't been well. And yeah, and that's it for the time being on the looks of it. We all know that is Rick in here? Where's Rick? Where's Rick? Hey Rick, how are you, buddy? Yeah, so we it's been so peaceful and quiet, hasn't it? This last month. The jet set has been travelling all over England. Hey Gary, how are you? Saying how good they are and that over there, but I mean he's forgotten all about us. I don't know. I just feel like we've been abandoned. We're not important by him anymore. Oh crap! Shit, it's back. I'm really disappointed that he didn't leave my railjet behind. I see he took it with him. I couldn't play with it.
It was parked over here the whole time.
No, it wasn't.
You just had to know the security code to get in the house, and well, you forgot it.
Well, I dug a wombat hole around behind that stairs over there you haven't seen yet. It comes in from the next door neighbour's property.
I see. Well, eventually you'll get in then.
How are you, champ? Nice to see you back again. About time you started doing your...
It's great to be back, but don't talk about how you missed me when every week you had plenty of new co-hosts and obviously didn't miss me at all.
Well, I had to improvise. Nah, we. Hey, Ron, nice to see you, buddy. Ron Moen, nice to see you here.
Hi, Ron.
Conrail Nuts.
Everybody else.
Look, you're out there having a good time, and of course you're in that funny part of the world where the time zone just clashes too early in the morning for us over here, and some of us do need our beauty sleep. I mean, you got. There's so much work that you have to do when you're asleep. You know, you can only get it done when you're sleeping. Hey, Heath. I seen Heath popped in somewhere. He snuck in the background somewhere.
No, somebody's
Okay.
just saying they know somebody from another channel and from here.
Yeah.
I think that's
Yeah.
how I'm interpreting.
Yeah, no, it was good. The show still had to go on, so
Hey,
we
Jerry.
made the most of it.
Oh
Looks
yeah,
like
the show has to go on, and I mean, you are clearly doing the Superman routine with the shoulder surgery and the discomfort you're in to still be doing the live stream.
hey, Jerry. Well, the doctor said to me to do as minimal as possible.
God, when I had my two shoulder surgeries, both case they had me in therapy the next day, exercising, working. Just don't pop the stitches, but yeah.
I've been doing my exercise and that, but the shoulder, the right shoulder, was a bigger operation than what he expected. Right. We knew there was a fair bit of damage in there, and he just went in and had a good look around and tried to fix. The biggest problem is trying to get that nerve that's up in behind here, behind the ball.
Right.
I started from the ball that goes right up into my neck.
Yep.
That up on my C4 and C5 disc. Because every time I cough, this whole thing just went like someone's jabbing in with a knife. We think we've got it, but still it's still sore and tender here. But it's early days. Hello,
Right.
Ethan. How are you? I'll just go and buy his instructions and
yeah. Yeah. Well, every surgery is different, and depending on what they did is different, and so recovery is going to be different. I've had two minor shoulder surgeries, but surgery is never minor when it's done to you.
No. Well, it done a good job on the left, so and I follow the instructions and whatnot on the left. I start physiotherapy. The next step in another 2 weeks. So 6 weeks. He's told me 6 weeks do nothing. And for a person like myself that's always on the go and always got to do something, that's like almost impossible. So I have to do something. I still end up doing streaming. How are we all today? Hang on, what's going on here? Hang on. This computer's got a mind of its own. But I did manage to work on my train automation program, so that was a good bonus. Shall we get up a couple more people up on the channel, or you want to have a gas bag about your trip?
It's hello, Ethan Armitage. How are you? It's up to you guys. I mean, I'll talk about the trip, or we can talk about whatever. I was posting on Facebook, so people know me on Facebook. We're getting the details. It was amazing. It was the longest trip Joyce and I have ever taken. We spent exactly 4 weeks in the United Kingdom, which is 3 or 4 days longer than our longest trip we ever did to Germany. And it was, I mean, literally, some of you know it was hell getting there. We had to get over there. Our flight was canceled. They put us on a flight 3 hours earlier. We literally ran out of the door to catch up and make it to the airport in time. And then our flight coming back was delayed. And so we missed the connecting flight, and the earliest available flight was the next day. So we got stuck at Toronto Airport for 12 hours. Eventually, we just said screw it. And there's a Sheraton hotel across from one of the gates. And it was very expensive, but screw it. I had the money, and we just spent 6 hours at a hotel. But at least it gave us a chance to get a fresh hot shower, sleep for about 5 hours, get up, another hot shower, and then go to the airport at 5 a.m. to catch the 7:15 flight to Toronto, and then the flight back home. But other people are having much worse than us. But in between the 27 days we were fully in the United Kingdom, were just every single day was a pleasure. I mean, we did not have any. I mean, the most negative we had was one waitress threw a snip because we left and said, "I'm sorry, we can't eat the meal that hasn't been delivered yet because we got to be over here in 3 minutes."
Yeah.
And we just said, "We're sorry, we're leaving." And she acted like I cussed her out or something. And I literally just said, "I'm sorry, we got to go." And she went in and just started, why are these people being rude to me? It's not my fault. I said, I apologized. How that being rude? And I never badmouth wait staff because Joyce and I have both been waiters, waitresses, and we know the crap you put up with. A lot of people don't ever understand that. But it just, that's it. Literally, that is the only negative. Everything else was just happy.
Well, they always say that going on a trip is an adventure in some form. You pretty much had almost a taste of what it's like if you came over and visited us here. We are in some ways similar, but we're more fun. We're a bit more laid back. I'm not trying to pick on the Pommies, but we always do pick on the Poms. So the Poms pick on us. But what the hospitality that you got over there is basically the same thing that you'll get over here. But it's nicer weather here when it wants to be.
Says the guy that spent 3 months ago talking about the flooding rain they were getting, and now then the heat wave, and now the rain and cold you're getting. Weather's weather. That's the one thing you can't control on a trip. It's the one thing you cannot control on any sort of travel is the weather. And you just got to be in the mindset that, hey, we're going to go here. We're going to go see this castle. We're going to go see this historical mark, whether it's rain or not. And then usually have a backup plan. Like when Joyce and I, we plan everything out way in advance. We're going to do this. We're going to do this. But then we can change days at the last second. Like this is a good bad weather day thing to do. This is something we really need better weather to do, or at least not raining. So we always can rotate what we're doing. We just say, this is what we're going to do in this time frame. Very rarely do we have some, other than the York Railway Museum, National Railway Museum in York. That was the one thing that was set in stone. And of course, travel days where we have to leave are set in stone. But that was the only event it had to be at that date and that time. And it was amazing to meet fellow YouTubers for the first time. Just was amazing.
Majority of the so we don't have that many castles here in Australia, but we do have a lot of historical monuments and whatnot around the place, and some of the old heritage buildings and whatnot. So there's plenty to look around in, but don't plan. If you ever come over, don't plan nothing because we'll just do it all out in a whim. Because
tell that to Joyce. Joyce needs plans. Joyce is a planner. Joyce is organized. Joyce needs to know what are we doing, when are we doing this, and she likes to wing it, but she wants it planned.
Oh yeah, you get some sort of plan, but you sort of have plan A, B, C, and D just in case. Like now the weather's turn to
By the way, hi Randall, if you're there.
Hey,
there he is. Hi Randall.
Hey Randall, how you feeling, buddy?
It's cold and everything. You doing all right today?
I'm doing a lot better. I had a rough couple of nights with the pain and whatnot. Not before it was very painful.
Yeah.
But I'm getting there. Last night was the first night I went to bed without any painkillers. I tried to toughen it up, and I just don't like taking too many medication. I mean, especially with painkillers, you can get addicted to it. And so I'm just trying to wean off it. Plus, I'm also slowly running out. I've got to get some more on Monday, Tuesday, I think. I'm not going out in this weather. It's too wild. I've got to rely on my walking at the moment because I'm not allowed to drive for 6 weeks.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's the hard part.
Yeah.
Jerry, to answer your question, yes, this is the first time I met other official YouTubers. Now, I had a friend when I was a member of a model train club that had a YouTube channel where he put videos and stuff up, but he wasn't a YouTuber in that regard. So this is the first time I met people that run channels that really go out there. And so, yeah, this is the first time I met serious YouTubers in the model train community.
Yeah. It looked like you had a good time. I mean, we didn't see, like, I don't follow Facebook much anymore. I mean, on an odd occasion, it's just the way it's working over here. Like, it uses up the bandwidth, it uses up the computer memory, and that's even on the new computer. And
yeah, Facebook
and
and Facebook and YouTube are the only social media I do. I do not do Discord, Snapchat, Instagram, Twitter.
No, I won't do those
any of those others. Facebook and YouTube is enough. Friends and family on Facebook, and then whoever on YouTube.
I probably only get on Facebook probably once a month now, or once every 2 weeks. That's about as much as I get on Facebook now. If I'm sitting in doctor's surgery and I'm bored, I'll just have a quick glance at it. But everything seems to hang. I'll get so far and everything seems to hang. And it gets annoying and frustrating. It's like I want to have a look at something and I can't see it. And I go, no, forget it. Plus, there's been a lot of I've been trying to avoid not to ban and block my family members out of it, but I see a lot of stuff from family members on there and it gets depressing. So I'm like, no, forget about it. I mean, yeah, I'll leave them there just in case there is something I want to put out, but yeah, I just try to avoid it now. Yeah. So that York museum looked pretty good there, Anthony.
Yes, it was amazing. Hi, Jeff, the railroad enthusiast.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah, and it was the first real railway museum I've been to. I've been to museums that had railway sections. In 2019, or was it 2017? I forget which one. Joyce and I went to the Deutsche Bahn Museum, but because of remodeling of the building, we didn't go very far into it, so we didn't see all the trains and everything they had in that area. We only got a very minimal view of that. So this is the first time we really had a chance to walk all the way through a railroad museum and to see, for example, famous locomotives like the Mallard was just mind-blowing for me. I'm going to use that term a lot. I hope people don't get sick of it. It was just mind-blowing, overwhelming in a good way, just to see some of these famous locomotives. And then they just have so many parts to it. The first time I saw a Japanese Shinkansen, one of the old versions of the bullet train from Japan, that was just absolutely really cool to see. A Eurostar, the sub.
Well, they had the original bullet train over there, did they?
They had one of the earlier models from the 60s or 70s, whenever it came out. Yeah, they had that there. They had a Eurostar. They had the original, which has been modified, and then a copy of the original Stevenson rocket, one of the earliest, if not the earliest, steam locomotive. So again, great history, great stuff. What I found really interesting is they had one of these steam locomotives where they had a cutaway section, where you saw the inside of the boilers and all the pipes and everything going through the boiler and all that, because I had never really seen that before, other than in pictures of trains that blew up. So to get a really
Dave,
good look,
yeah.
To get a look, it was just, yeah. It was.
See, I
amazing.
noticed when you done the group video, I looked at your live chat that I missed out on yesterday morning. There was one of the steam engines there that we've actually had here on a regular basis. See, back in the early days, remember how I started doing that historical walk tour? A lot of those steam engines actually worked in this part of the world as well. Hey, Rick. Yeah, okay, but we were talking about the original Japanese Wakanza, or my pronunciation's pretty bad at the moment. But there is another steam engine over there. I don't know whether it's in York or where it is over there, but it's very similar to one of the steam engines that we have here. And it's now on static display. But there's only two differences between the two of them. The one that we got here, it's got the pistons on the outside. The one that's over in UK that's been restored, it's got the pistons between the wheels inside the chassis. And that's the only difference between the two. The body, the border, and that's all still the same. So if I go to the UK, that will be one of the places I would actually go to have a look at.
Well, that was the thing about going to the York Railway Museum was having the small meet and greet there, because there's only 7 of us, 8 if you count Joyce has her own channel. So it wasn't a small group, but even then, I talked about this in my live stream, and I talked about it on somebody else's live stream the other day. And maybe some of the guys here that maybe went to Strasbourg could kind of confirm it. If there's one negative, and there is only one negative to a meet and greet, because all the positives outweigh any negative, but there's one negative to going to a group meeting, is if it's the first time you're meeting people, at least in my case, having so many people there, you don't get to spend enough time with the people. You know, for example, when I went and met Alan from Dragon Junction, Joyce and I spent hours with him and his family. Just him, his wife, his daughter, and grandson. We had each other for hours. When we went and saw Jim from Hover Motion, we had hours where it was just Joyce, me, and his family. At the meet and greet, we had a few hours, but there were 6 or 7 of us there. And so you only get a few minutes with this person for a bit, then a few minutes with that person, a few minutes. These people are talking to, and these people, some kind of, connect to each other somehow. And so you don't get to spend as much time. I walked away going like, I didn't ask Richard from Trains in the Attic half the questions I wanted to ask him. I didn't talk to Andrew McDonald, one of my favorite people on YouTube, March West Junction. I didn't get to talk to him nearly as much as I wanted to. Robert's Train Set, another guy, I would have loved to spend hours with just him. So that's the only negative of a meet and greet was meeting people and not having enough time with them, because you really want to spend time with each person. And
particularly when you only got especially when you only got that short window.
Yeah.
Especially when you only got that short window, like you only got, say, a day or a half a day, you don't really get the opportunity to talk a lot to everybody. And yes, that does make it a bit hard. Should we let this other guy up or not?
Sure. It's your show, Artie. I'm just a co-host. I don't want to take over talking about my trip, but I'll answer questions.
Yeah, but he might take over the show. I mean, I don't know what you could talk about for 7 hours. Yeah,
No, what I want.
and
Always put.
oh, that's good. He's going. We'll just put him up there for face value because we won't not going to hear him say anything. So it's going to be a bonus. Looks like our mate Randall's working pretty hard. Oh, you done again, have you? No.
Hey guys. Hey Daryl.
Hey, Anthony.
Hello, Daryl. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too, Anthony. Yeah, I had my mute unmuted. No, I was just listening to your trip. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah, that's the guy we were talking about. They left us, abandoned us. He went over to that little funny island there on the west coast of Europe.
Yeah, and I don't know if you remember me asking. I go, hey, what happened to the guy who does the? And I didn't know the name, but now I do. And the gentleman who does the passenger trains in Europe, in European style, if I'm correct.
Yes.
Yeah, and it is very cool. Actually, I was talking to a young lady, Susanna, and she suggested what kind of, because I like to run all class one railroads. I mean, I'm partial to UP, but I find it very interesting. I have no passenger trains on my layout, so I find it very interesting, Anthony, that you do that. And like I said, I don't know why your name wasn't fully stated, but it is a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah. The thing
right,
is,
Shane.
most people who get into model trains, the majority of people have either a continuous line from childhood up through adulthood, or they have a broken bridge where you got into it in childhood and rediscovered it sometime in adulthood. But there's usually a childhood connection, and whether it's family or business, you worked in the rail industry, and especially as an American, passenger trains, yes, they're still around, especially on the East Coast and Amtrak, but that's not what you see. What you grow up and see is the freight business. Well, I didn't grow up with that. And so I got into trains after several trips to Germany where I took students to Germany, and we traveled by train everywhere. And I was like, damn, this is a nice way to travel. And I fell in love with the German train system. And after several trips, I said, I'm going to buy a model and put it in my classroom, and we'll talk about the German rail system. And that went from a model in my classroom to a model in my house to a table to another model to another model. And to me, it is about passenger trains. It's about sitting in that train, looking at the countryside. I love to drive, but anymore, I'd rather take a train than drive.
I hear you, Anthony. And, just to say about passenger trains, even with my marine aquarium, I have a marine fish aquarium, and everything in my aquarium is all German. Every bit of it is all German equipment.
Okay.
Why I'm saying that is just because the United States is so far behind as far as Japan, the United Kingdom. I mean, all those countries, Switzerland. I mean, we don't have the rail systems that Europe has, and I don't understand why.
2 reasons.
Okay.
It's real easy. It's 2 reasons. Number one, we are a hell of a lot bigger than any of those countries. So to really have an interconnected rail system would have cost us a massive, massive amount of money. But also, we got to go back to the 1950s. In the 1950s, during the Big Red Scare, we built this thing called the Interstate Highway, which we pushed off on the public as, hey, you can now travel coast to coast, and it's cheaper and safer than flying. And we created this interstate. Of course, the interstate was created for military purposes, to get our tanks and our troops from East Coast to West Coast, depending on where we were being invaded. And when we went to that interstate highway system and everybody had a car, nobody needed trains. It's only now that gas prices are out of control the last 10, 15 years. And they're up and down right now. They're pretty high up, and people always want to blame government. Guys, it's not government induced, even with the taxes on it. But we have this interstate system. We're in love with our cars, but it's only now that we're going, maybe we should have done trains. So, and eventually, sooner or later, we may wake up and catch up.
Yeah. And a little bit, yeah, a little bit, right. A little bit what you were saying. I caught on one of those YouTube channels where they were actually saying that the big car automakers were actually buying up small trolley railroads and subways.
Yep.
And they said they were going to make them better, but in actuality, they didn't. They
shut
took
them
everything.
Down. They bought them out and shut them down.
They bought them out and they shut them down is exactly correct. I mean, I'm not much of a historian buff, but I'm telling you, I mean, certain things hit people. And, you know, it's just really sad that the United States is so far behind in transportation. So, yeah.
But again, we fell up with our cars. We had gas for 29 cents a gallon. I still drive a big gas guzzling Dodge Charger.
Yeah.
I mean, it just cost me $80 to fill it, where 7 months ago, it cost me $40 to fill it. But I love my big Dodge Charger, and I love getting it on the highway and seeing how fast I go before I get a ticket. But
exactly.
That's the American thing there. But yes, I think I'm wise enough now that, yeah, I would love a train system, because I just the stress of driving nowadays is just not fun. And sitting on a train where, because, you know, like, I'll be driving, my wife will sit next to me. Oh, honey, look at that. And I'm like, what? Oh, no, wait, back on the highway.
Right, exactly.
We're on a train. You can both look out the window and go, oh, look at that. We just took train rides to all of the United Kingdom, where we just sat on the train. Oh, look, there's the North Sea for the next 30 miles. That's beautiful. Never seen that before. Little coastal villages, and being able to just relax. And if you got to go to the bathroom, you don't have to pull off somewhere. You just go down to the next car. And yeah, so we are behind. I hate to badmouth the USA too much, but that is someplace we are way behind on, is mass transit. And we have it on the East Coast, just really nowhere else.
Yeah, you know, and it's amazing on the East. Yeah, it's amazing on the East Coast, because Los Angeles now, because that's where I'm out of. I'm out of Southern California. So, yeah, you know, they're just getting started on their railway systems here. And but unfortunately, the only people that are really using it, really, honestly, are the homeless people.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
but you see, yeah, I don't know if I don't know if it's going to happen there, like in major cities here in Australia. But I remember one chap was telling me many years ago, up in Sydney. He was saying that, like, we were talking about how US has got a lot more freight trains and passenger trains, and he was saying there's no money in passenger trains in a big country like Australia and America. There's money in freight trains, not coal trains. Oh, no, sorry. There's no money in passenger trains. The passenger trains always get subsidised in some form. I messed that all up. Here's another troublemaker. So here in Australia, we actually have, hang on, here in Australia, particularly here in,
hey, Dave. Hey, Dave. How you doing, buddy?
Daryl, doesn't your jaw hurt?
What?
Doesn't your jaw hurt?
Hey, you know what, guys? I went for 8 hours today.
Unbelievable, man.
Hours.
I did 4 hours one time. That was a marathon.
Yeah, no. And you know what? We had people in, people out, people in, people out, people in, people out. And
yeah.
I mean, I just wanted to comment to Kurt. Daryl says, want some rain? We have lots here at the moment. Yeah, I guess Australia's in their winter. Yeah, because since where I live, I mean, the dams here in Lake Mead and Lake Powell are getting dangerously low. So thank you, Kurt. Yeah, I wish we had your rain, brother. I really, really do.
We could use it up here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had rain today, and it's the first rain they've had since some thunderstorms 2 weeks ago. And yeah, the last several years, I live in Toledo, Ohio. We basically have summer droughts anymore, and we didn't used to. But every summer is basically a drought. And I came home to a dead. My daughter tried to water it while we were gone, but it just, my lawn is dead, which is kind of sad. I have a small yard, and my grass is my pride and joy, both to walk on and smoke. No, I'm sorry, I did not say that. But
funny tomato plants. You're growing funny tomato plants. Where
hey, they just
going
told me
back to where I was
poison
talking.
ivy.
Hey, Dave,
Yeah.
you sitting under your new gazebo?
Yeah, actually, I am.
Hey.
I am.
All right, cool.
I just finished building that Tuesday or Wednesday.
Nice.
Fancy. Someone's been busy.
Thanks. Yeah, she's had me working, man. I need to go back to
got
work
a lot
to get
of-
some rest.
Yeah, a lot of honeydews. Yeah, I hear you, but it looks good from this point. I like the lighting underneath. That's very cool.
Yeah.
So
I think so. Put that in. That's one of the things I
But
did.
going back to what we were saying before, you see, with me going up to, and Kurt and even Gary can vouch for it. To go to Sydney, okay, it's to get the outskirts of Sydney and whatnot. It's about an hour to an hour and a half. To get in the heart of the city, it can take up to an hour and a half to an hour and 45 minutes to get
Like
in.
smoke barrel.
But then you got to look. Then we got to look for parking. But when you do find parking, you're paying like for a 3-hour stay. You can pay up to between $40 to $60 just for parking.
Artie, what are you trying to find?
Car parking in Sydney. In the city.
Boston? What are you from Boston?
It's very expensive to find parking. In Sydney, so it's cheaper to go by train. I mean, what is
What do
it?
you
I've
guys
been traveling up
have,
there
like-
for a while.
You have
$12
parking meters
per-
or is it paid lots or what?
No, they paid lots. You can't park in the street. They
Yeah.
paid lots.
Yeah, I didn't know if they had like meters on the
That's correct.
street or what.
No, we have that here in Wollongong, and that's why Wollongong's dead in my city here. I can go to a couple other shopping centres and they got free parking, so it's a lot better.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, you see, here's Kurt saying it takes 2 hours to go in there with a limousine because he used to drive limousines. Well, yeah. Well, here's Kurt saying it takes 2 hours. But it's just so expensive. But with limousines, you can get away. You can find parking because you're a hire car. But if you're a private car, there's nowhere to park the thing in there. And it's a nightmare. If you go in by coach now, they even by big buses. It's okay, Randall. Even the coaches now, they want to push them out of the city. But with the train, I'll go up in there, enjoy the view, go through the Royal National Park. As you go, as we get closer into
Someone needs to turn down
Sydney.
their
Yeah, someone's in the back. As we get closer into then you get close to the outskirts of Sydney, you see the main highway, and everybody's backed up in the traffic jam, and we just fly past them in the train. So we had the convenience, but the gas prices. I mean, before my surgery, I filled up my 1-ton Hyundai. I'll call it 1 ton. It cost me $120 to fill it up from empty. So it's too expensive to we're trying to just to conserve our fuel. Only travel to where we need to go. I do go with my car to the Western Sydney, only because it takes takes forever to go up there by let me find out who's doing what.
Well, I think
Can
it's
I hear
Daryl.
myself now? Yeah, it's Daryl. Yeah, it's Daryl.
Yeah, it's me.
You got YouTube working in the background. Yeah,
Oh,
you got YouTube in the background.
just mute your YouTube. That's all. Just mute
Yeah,
YouTube.
listen, YouTube, you got to mute.
Just click on your YouTube that's up and mute it.
Like when I go to Liverpool and Blacktown, I usually go there by car. Because it can take me up to 3 hours to get there, by 3.5 hours there by train and 3.5 hours back. That's a full day.
Mm-hmm.
So, because it can take me up to 3 hours to get there, by 3.5 hours there by train and 3.5 hours back. That's a full day.
Is that better? No.
No.
Okay.
You just got to bring up.
Is that better? No.
Bring up your YouTube channel. Just got to bring up.
Yeah, click that tab.
Click the tab where you got the YouTube. Bring up your YouTube channel. Right.
Okay.
Now, where you got the volume control on the bottom left, click on mute.
Yeah, just click on the sound icon.
Yeah. And that should do it.
Because you should hear us through the StreamYard.
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't
Okay.
hear the background anymore. Sounds good.
Yeah,
Now you
the
can
echo's
open up
on.
StreamYard and watch the rest of us.
Well, we can blame Heath if we want to.
Yeah, we can always
He's not-
blame. We do what everybody else does. We just blame Heath. Yeah, you can join in if you want, AJ. I mean, it'd be nice to meet you, see who you are. I'll put a
Okay,
link in
Jerry,
here,
so-
and
Hey, Kurt. Hey to everybody in the stream. I didn't say hi to. I came in a little bit late. Hey to everybody in the
you're
such
never
thing as
late.
There's no such thing as late.
You can come in, and we'll get to meet you who you are and see who you are, AJ. And
The only person who can be late is the guy running the stream.
That is true. That
it's
is true.
it's running in auto mode at the moment.
The rest of us show up when we can.
How you doing, Heath? You
What's up,
were
Heath?
gas bagging in the background. You were eavesdropping in the background.
But you are here, Heath. Hence, you heard us say we could blame you.
Yeah. Busted.
Busted. Can't fool us, man.
Yeah. What's going on here?
And you've made a. I assume you've made a small killing selling the Blame Heath T-shirts. You capitalized on it.
Yeah, well, we did. Well, we
Because
got
it,
a chap here. His name's. I'll bring this young chap up. His name is AJ.
Same name as my son.
And hopefully I'll. Yeah, same as my nephew down in Melbourne. Doesn't look nothing like him. How you doing, AJ?
I'm good. How are you?
Good.
Well,
Welcome to the
AJ.
channel. Okay, he's muted himself.
What up? I'll be right back.
Okay, no, you're right.
His 15 minutes of fame is ticking away.
Yeah, no, it's expired now.
Wow, that was a fast 15.
Yeah, that's 15 seconds. He's going to be famous doing that.
We just need 4 more people and we can do the whole Brady Bunch thing.
Yeah, right.
Well, yeah. Yeah, well, I've finally managed to sort out my. I have finally sorted out my automation. It was sort of behaving itself. I did have a little mishap a little while ago, so I've got my timing all sorted out now.
Take down the banner from Heath.
Oh yeah, hang on. Oh, somebody got
There you go.
What
are you working on there? Did you make those
That's all
world teams?
I've got my trains running. They're all running by themselves now. I've got automation working out almost perfect. Yeah. So now they stop and start and go backwards and forwards like a yo-yo, basically.
Oh, now we got the echo again somewhere somehow.
Yeah, it's coming. It did. Yeah, it's coming from me. Yeah.
You need a new computer, Daryl.
Yeah, that's one of the big changes coming here. I am working with a local computer shop, and we're going to build a super streaming computer.
Yeah. It's coming out of your YouTube.
Yeah, I hear you, but here it is again. I mean, my computer's different than everybody else's, and I'm trying to find the volume for it. You just Artie, just take me out. Just take me out, Artie.
I'll mute you till you sort it out, and you just give me a wave when you sort it out. Yeah.
I sent you a text, Daryl. I don't know if that helps or not.
Yeah. I mean, it's all a learning curve. I need to. I'm going to have to upgrade my computer.
Yeah, me too.
To a proper tower. For my train room here, because I have got all the gadgets to do multi-cameras. But for some reason, it's not working properly at one port. So out of my 3 cameras that I have, that you see now, they're in 3 individual ports on my laptop. That's the only way I can get them to work. I did buy a one of those powered plugs for the USB plugs that's got a power supply to it, and that didn't help. So I'm just going to need to use a what I'm going to do is I am going to just update the computer. Yes, Heath, I will need. I mean, I was hoping Rick was going to help me out about 3 weeks ago, but he never showed up. But I know he's busy with kids and his wife, and then his mistress Rita. So there are a couple of things that I need to get done. But I just can't not seem to get the 3 cameras working or 4 cameras working on OBS. I don't know whether it's an OBS thing or what it is, but for now, I've got the 3 cameras because it's the only 3 cameras I've got working. I will going to have to sort it out by the time I start expanding, but that's not going to happen until Christmas. The only other thing I want to do to try to get with my show is with the intro at the start. I actually want to see have some music on the start of the show, and at the moment the sound is just the sound is not coming out right, if that makes sense.
Okay. Hang on just a second, Artie. Let me see if I can do this. Yeah, just for anybody that's going to come up, when you join through StreamYard, you're going to have this situation. And what you want to do is right down here on the YouTube window, just go to the volume icon and click it. Right down here.
Yeah, let me enlarge you.
It's good enough. You just go here. You don't have to mess with computer or anything else. Just kill the volume on the YouTube only on that window, and you're good. And because you'll hear everything and see everything live through the StreamYard. That doesn't necessarily work with everybody, but that solves usually about 90% of the problems.
Yeah.
That doesn't necessarily work with everybody, but that solves. And then you should still be able to.
He's got it. He's got it. But look where he comes from. Seriously, he comes from California. They even have to put instructions now on how to cook bacon. Just for the people in California, because I don't know how to cook bacon in California.
All right, Artie, just because you eat your drop bears raw doesn't mean you have to denigrate everybody else.
They do raw, but they're like, how would I say it? It's koala jerky, rude jerky.
Yeah, I need to be on a UK live stream where I can start asking more questions. Like, what the hell is it with the UK and peas? They have peas in everything. You want breakfast, you get peas. You want lunch, you get peas. You want dinner, it's peas and mushrooms. And not only do they want peas, they want mushy peas. What the hell?
That's one thing you want. That's one thing you won't get here in Australia. You won't get mushy peas.
Good.
Yeah. You know, there's one thing about a flight that comes in from England when it lands in Sydney, right? And this is an old ongoing joke. Kurt's probably heard about it. You know, there's only one difference, that only the plane, when the plane from England arrives in Sydney, and the plane stops whining. Oh. And the train stops whining. But the passengers on that British flight don't stop whining. Yeah.
Well, Joyce and I have already decided we will go back to the UK soon. Next year is Germany, and then probably another UK trip.
Oh, you're gonna have to come down here, especially before I move away.
Well,
oh shit.
The biggest thing about going down there, Artie, is the flight, because I hate flying 8 hours to London or Germany is already a nightmare for me. I can't imagine a 12 or 14-hour flight. They would have to heavily sedate me.
Well, that can be arranged, or we'd there's another way of doing it coming over here where you can take 2 bites of it. Where you go halfway, you go as far as Fiji, you stretch your leg and have a look around at Fiji, and then after you leave Fiji, you come over here, which is probably about a 5-6 hour flight. You split your flight in trip in 2. It's one way of doing it.
Well, let's see. Jean Ricard has joined us, and Randall is back. And Randall's gone again. I jinxed him.
He's having problems with his phone.
I'm just gonna save any hassles I might have, and I'm just gonna automatically mute Jean Ricard right now.
You are so rude.
Yeah, well,
you are so
rude. I'm not the one who's rude, my little Danish Viking. I was just at Jorvik. I learned all about what you guys did in the UK.
I did nothing to you in the UK. I just commented on all the bitching you made about all the troubles you had everywhere you went.
Well,
Bitching about all the
look who he was
troubles
hanging
I
around
had
with
everywhere. I don't know what Facebooks you're talking about, dude. I think all my daily posts were just bragging about how awesome everything was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You were just, telling so much that couldn't actually be true. And then you
But
kept
Gene,
and then you kept Joyce out of everything, and everything that went wrong you blamed on Joyce.
yeah,
Dude, stop lying
yeah,
to these people. Joyce
I'm
is in
not.
almost every picture. There's one group picture Joyce didn't make it in because she took the picture, and nobody had a selfie stick until Robert showed up, and Robert will be sharing the picture with Joyce in it where he did it with his selfie stick. But Joyce was everywhere. There are very few, if any, pictures of just me. Any picture shared is me and Joyce together. Stop. I'm going to have Joyce come down here and yell at you too. Just
well,
pick on me.
let's put it this way, Jean Ricard. Look who he's been hanging around with for the last month. No offense to the British, no offense to the UK folks. This is all out of harmless fun. You know what it's like, the rivalry. It's like our cricket matches, right?
Yeah. But every time you saw a picture that Mr. Dutch took, it was always with his wife or anything, just in the background. You just saw the top of the head or anything. He did everything to put himself in the focus.
Mm-hmm.
Just like now, he's in the focus. Where's Joyce? We want Joyce in the picture, not you, Anthony. Haven't you understand that?
Jean Ricard, I have 5 fingers here. I have 5 fingers. You can't have this one. You can't have this one. You can't have this one. You probably can't have this one, but I will gladly give you this one for free, Jean Ricard. I'll gladly give you this one for free.
You think Jean Ricard, even though he doesn't like flying, you think he would have, he's traveled to that part of the world. You think he would jump on a ferry and come over to say good day to you?
Well, you see,
Wouldn't
he's some kind of coward. He went for about 5 hours along the rail line, watching over the North Sea. And did you know what he watched for? He watched for the sail of the Viking fleet, because he was afraid that we would come and kick ass.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, yep. I totally
No,
agree
the
with
whole
you
time
there,
we're
Jean
along the
Ricard.
North Sea, Jean Ricard, I'm just pointing. I'm nudging Joyce in the shoulder, and I'm going right over there. Right over there is Denmark, and that's where that bastard Jean Ricard is. That's where Jean Ricard is. We could sail right now and once and for all straighten him out about Steuerwagen first, buying an Azuma, and all the other crap I have to put up with this crazy Dane. I'm sorry, everybody. If you don't know, Jean Ricard and I have a love-hate relationship. We love to hate each other.
Yeah. Jean, you see the comment that Kurt put up? He nailed it down to the T. The palms have rubbed off onto Anthony.
Yeah.
He's nailed it. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is a difficult person to like and be around, but somehow we all seek his company anyhow. And that's the odd thing about the whole story here.
Because y'all just want to get to know Joyce.
Yes, of
Yeah,
course.
so do we want Joyce over here. I mean, look at Gary. Gary would love to see you. I mean, he's in a beautiful part of Australia within our state. And then,
So are we going to talk
actually,
trains or what? Are we going to talk trains or what?
We are.
We can talk trains. Of course we can. It was so nice to see those 2 locomotives that you bought and showed us today. Yes, that's the one of them.
That's one of them. Yep. That is a Deutsche Bahn Class 143. I actually already had a class 143 from Pico, but this is from Märklin. And wow, what a difference. The Pico is like a piece of crap compared to this. This thing weighs almost... I am really thrilled I got this. It's a powerful runner. I've got a video coming up. It's loading onto YouTube, but because it's 4K, it is going to take forever to load up onto YouTube. But where I review this, I compare it to the Pico and show off the other new Loco I got. I also have a third Loco, but which is weird. I think this is the longest I've ever had a Loco without getting it. But I got my class 245 here from Brava, but I have not opened this yet. I'm going to save it and do maybe an opening video tomorrow, trying to make up for lost time and get stuff on my channel.
Anthony, can you do something about your camera that you're on right now? Because you are very pixelating, or it's not a sharp picture you deliver.
Well, I will double check why all of a sudden.
Hey, Artie, if you can hear me, take me out because I'm behind in the live stream and I can't seem to fix it. So take me out and I'll come back in.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah, I'm positive, because I'm way behind you guys.
Why?
Well, even on StreamYard. Use StreamYard. That's more up to date. Yeah, don't worry about the YouTube. You just mute YouTube and then come to StreamYard and you're a bit.
No, I already got that, but something's not right because I'm behind. You guys are forward, and I'm trying to. Yeah, just take me out, Artie. It's okay, and I'll just come back in on the one that you sent, Randall.
You're gonna have to move. You're gonna have to move to two parts of the world, either the East Coast of the United States or over here to Australia.
Okay, Artie.
You won't have the issue.
Creepy. That's funny.
All right, I'll read. Yeah. All right. And then there was 4. I'll leave Daryl down in the basement for now.
Whoops. Didn't mean to do that.
Oh. Been killed. Off.
So now Anthony left.
Oh, okay.
You and the card kicked him out.
Oh, we got some peace and quiet now.
So now
he's probably going to read
and you and me after.
Yeah, just the 3 of us
That's
now.
it?
We have some peace and quiet for a little while. Yeah. So, no, look, it's fun. It's fun. It's good to have a bit of fun. I mean, there's no hard feelings amongst us. I mean, we put crap on each other, so there's no hard feelings. All right.
This has got to be the feed into Artie's because everything says my settings and everything are good. I don't know if it's just because Dave was pixelated and now Dave's looking really good on my screen and I'm pixelated.
Yeah.
I don't know. It might be StreamYard playing up again on my end.
Mine might be off because I'm sitting outside, so maybe I'm not getting the best Wi-Fi.
Well, when you first came on, it was shaky, but now you're nice and clear, but now I'm pixelated where normally I'm nice and clear.
I used to get that when I was using
must be the internet. What's that, Dave?
No, anytime I used to try to use StreamYard on the phone, like using the phone as the camera and stuff, I would get all. If I got more than 3 people, and it would get all. I don't know. Just the sound would go bad. Picture was bad. It's too much for the phone to handle. Not that you guys are on phones, I'm saying, but that's kind of what it reminds me of.
Yeah, well, I'm using my.
I'm the odd one right now.
Must be an Ohio thing.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Well, see, now your picture's right, Anthony. Now you messed it up. Yeah. You had it right just a few seconds ago. Slug doing an eye test.
Yeah,
Glasses.
it is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. It's like your camera is some kind of trying to autofocus
Well,
on
Kurt
you
reckons
or
it's good
something.
his end. And it is on the other side of the hill. Yeah. Yeah, your rivers turned out pretty good there, Dave too.
Oh yeah, thanks. Thanks. Yeah, I was very happy
Uh,
with that. Surprised it came out as well as it did. Yeah.
But Dave,
I'm just glad I finally
where
got
are
it
you?
done.
Excuse me, but where are you in the world? Because it doesn't look like winter where you are sitting.
No, I'm in Cleveland, Ohio. I'm
Okay,
actually
okay.
about
So you're
an
in
hour
the
and a half, two
States.
hours from here. Huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yep, about 2
summertime.
hours from me. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
It was
Yeah,
just that when
he's west of me.
it was just that when Artie spoke, he spoke about snow weather. So
Oh, we get
you
snow,
know,
especially here. I don't know. I don't know how bad it is for Anthony, but we get it pretty bad here where I'm at.
We have the reverse. We have what's called reverse lake effect. Big storms
yeah?
go just north of us or just south of us. The only time we get dumped on with snow is if it comes straight from the north or straight from the south.
Yeah.
you see, at the moment we're getting ours. We're getting blasted from the southeast, and a lot of the winds and whatnot are coming up from Antarctica, and that's why it's making everything so cold. And like where my train window is to my left, the rain hasn't stopped smashing into it since Saturday morning. Yeah,
Oh,
since
wow.
Saturday morning, it hasn't stopped. And um, luckily, they cut the grass at the football field across the road on the day I went into surgery. They, yeah, it's all waterlogged again there now, and it's. We got a lake as a park now, not grass for a park. We got a lake in between the or a mud lake. But it is winter. I mean, there's no use complaining. I mean, yeah, it's a bit hard when you got to walk in it, but you sort of like it's like with you
Yeah.
guys over there with the snow. You just deal with it. You just get on with it. No use complaining
Yeah.
about it. It's not going to stop it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's the truth. You just deal with it. I'll take the snow over the hurricanes and the earthquakes and all that fun stuff.
Oh, I actually love snow. I don't know if I'll ever hit the age where I'll get tired of it. I love snow. I'd rather have snow than heat.
Yeah.
Um.
I don't hate the snow. Winter's too long. If it could be shorter, I'd be happy with that. I like summer. I like it hot.
Oh, if it gets over 80, I can't stand it.
It was so hot and humid though yesterday. I gotta say it was 90 plus here, very humid today. And then we had some rains in the afternoon, which made it more humid. But then overnight, the humidity kind of moved out, so it's like 73 now. I think it was, I don't know, maybe 80 today, something like that. It was a nice day, sunny.
Yeah, we came home and it's been 90 since we got home until today. Today the high hit 87, and then we had the rain, so it cooled off. But yeah, it's been 90 since we got home, which, the high, we had a couple of hot days, our last couple of days in the UK where it got like 81, 82, but the sun feels like it's 92, 95 degrees. The air temperature doesn't feel that bad, but the sun is just blistering hot, even though the air temperature says it's only 82. So we had a couple of hot days, but man, we came back and it's been 91, 93, 92, 93, 94. And it's just, I'm sick of it already. I've only been home a week and I'm like, maybe a trip to Alaska might be coming in handy.
Oh my God, I would love to go to
See,
Alaska.
with us here, it gets on average, it's between 70 to 78, 79 degrees Fahrenheit here where we are on average. Summertime it will. Summertime it will creep over.
Yeah.
It will, like where we are. It will creep up over up to 90 at times. Um, where Gary is,
Kurt.
it will drop down to. They got one extreme from another. They'll drop down to like now. They'll drop down to probably about 30 degrees, 30, 40 degrees during the winter, but during the summertime, it'll get to the 90s, 80s. But even wintertime, it'll get up to about 70 at times. But it's comfortable. It's the comfortable
Yeah.
heat. It's hot, but it's comfortable. You can put up with it. It's not so humid like it is down here.
Sorry, that's the helicopter for the airport.
Has it got the right colours under it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Has it got a
I
red
take that back.
star underneath it?
That's not the helicopter. I take that back. There's a small airport not too far from me. That was a plane, but we do get the helicopter. The light flight lands at the hospital I work at. That's a mile away. So that thing was flying really low today. I call it a light flight. It's not necessarily a light flight because there's an emergency. Sometimes I just have to transport somebody out of the regional hospital down to the main campus hospital.
Yeah, well, the
Yeah,
weather
Rick,
back in here. Yeah,
Rick, there are jobs that, yeah, when you're working in a factory and it's 90 something outside, it's under. I worked here in Toledo. One of my second jobs, I was a teacher, but I always had to supplement my income. One of my second jobs that I did.
Somebody is playing very loud music. Daryl. Thank you, Daryl.
I worked as a asbestos remover, where we had to wear hazmat suits and work inside these entirely visqueen, so it could get 120, 125. Then I cleaned the oil tankers. I cleaned. We have a refinery here in Toledo, and I got hired in to help clean the interiors of the tanks that they stored the petroleum in.
You could have went on Mike Rowe's show back in the day, the Dirty Job show with that.
Yeah, I had a couple of dirty jobs.
Yeah.
And that was wearing a hazmat suit and cleaning those oil tankers. That was you lost 5-10 pounds easily a day in body water. Yeah, and
Toledo scales in Toledo. Toledo's known for glass.
Yeah, we were the glass capital of the world. More glass products were made in Toledo than anywhere. Owens Corning fiberglass, Libby Glass, everything.
Libby Glass.
And they're all gone. I mean, Libby Glass, Owens Corning has office here, but they don't produce anything here as far as I know. Libby Glass still makes some glassware here, but most of it's made in Mexico now.
American Motors had a main plant there too. Remember American Motor Company?
Yep, American Motors was here. Champion Spark Plug, the world's biggest spark plug producer. Their main factory was here in Toledo until 1975, 76. They moved to Arkansas and then moved to Mexico.
Yeah.
And Toledo scale.
Yeah.
The only thing still made in Toledo is some of the Jeeps still made in Toledo.
Didn't they take over the old AMC company plant?
No, that all shut down. We've got GM Powertrain, except it's no longer Powertrain, but GM has a factory here where they make parts for some of their vehicles. But Jeep is the one thing still made in Toledo.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I think the hottest work I ever done here apart from the hottest work that I did here, apart from being working out west at the top end and the outback, is when I was doing work inside the steelworks, and we had those steel ladles. You know, they transport the molten steel in the steel plant, and they need to be cleaned out, and they're red hot, glowing. They're white hot. was just on the verge of being molten, and you had to clean out the inside of the barrel and up around the side of it. That was hot work. And even though I was in the excavator and you had like 3-inch thick glass out in the front of it, you still feel the rate and heat from it. That was hot work. Working up the top end of West Australia, up in the top northwest corner, that was hot. That was hard. Yeah.
Don't mind me. I'm just experimenting with cameras here. Yeah, it doesn't matter what camera I put up. It's pixelating.
Hey guys, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, it took me a while to figure out, but this has been it's always a learning curve with me. And I'll be the first one to tell you, like I always do, I'm kind of computer illiterate, but I think I got it now. So we're good. So I'm here.
You sound much better now.
Still learning.
Thank you, Gene.
Yeah, Kurt, I did work on the woodpecker only as a fill-in, because old Jimmy Murata was doing that for a little while, and they just needed a helping hand with it. So we ended up going in and gave me a helping hand. And I'll tell you what, I hated doing that work, but it gave me experience on how to use the jackhammers and whatnot. Which came in helpful afterwards because we end up redoing a lot of the rail line around the woodpecker area,
What's the woodpecker?
which is an area which is.
What is that? What is that?
Well, we call it a woodpecker. It was where we clean out the ladles or the torpedo cars.
Oh, okay. You did mention that. I didn't know that's what you called it.
What I was mentioning, that we call that the
I must have
woodpecker.
missed that.
Isn't that some kind of like with a needle hammer air drill? What you did in the torpedo vans? You had to like drill it out with a needle hammer in the torpedo vans to get the slag out of the torpedo vans.
Yes.
Artie?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, that's what it was. Yeah.
We had to do something similar when I worked for the cement company. We had to get inside the drums, and end of the season we'd have to chisel out all the dried concrete on all the little flanges, spirals inside the drum. Get in there with little tiny jackhammers and jackhammer that concrete off those flanges.
Yeah. We're what we end up oh yeah. It did give me experience. It did give me experience on working with the hydraulic hammers and whatnot in the younger days, on the excavators and whatnot, because when it came down to redoing that area, when we were redoing the track work and working on the some of the old jetties in Port Kembla when they're revamping, because the concrete was so hard, because I had experience on the jackhammer on the cleaning out the ladles, it gave me the experience, knew how to work with it.
Yeah,
and it's an art within itself.
Oh,
Hey, Artie, I have a question for Gene. Maybe I missed it. Hi, Gene. My name's Daryl. Hey, where are you from?
I'm from Denmark.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'm sitting in Denmark at 3 o'clock in the night and talking to you, and that's why I don't put up a picture of me.
Okay. That's okay.
There's a different reason he doesn't put a picture on.
I figured, Anthony, you were going to say something like that.
Yeah, no,
that's what I mean, Daryl.
It's a scary sight. It's a scary sight, you see.
See, what
Joe
Jean
and I
Ricard
were-
doesn't tell you is how often I try to be nice to him, and he just slams it in my face. And if there's even a modicum of a disagreement between my wife Joyce and I, he always takes Joyce's side, even when it comes to trains. If there's the first rule, well, second rule of model trains. First rule of model trains, it's your layout, do what you want. Second rule of model trains is we are all brothers, and anybody that's against trains. But if I'm like, I want to buy a new train, and Joyce says, you don't need it. Jean Ricard takes her side. Yeah, Anthony, listen to your wife. You don't need it. Dude, model train brotherhood. Trumps all.
Listen, Anthony.
Model trains trump boobs, Jean Ricard. Model trains trump, okay, maybe not.
Anthony.
Ooh, I don't know, Anthony. I don't know, Anthony. We might have to draw the line there. I love trains, but
Anthony, you have the perfect train system called Märklin, and you should stick to it.
Hey,
And you should listen to your wife, because she is the clever person of you two. Got it, Anthony?
but Anthony, you have to read. You have to learn to read between the lines. Even I with Gene at times. But we do it for a reason, because if you ever come to visit, it's going to be Joyce that's doing the cooking, not you. So we got to be nice. We got to take her
You want to bet? You guys will come here, and Joyce will make sure it's all my meals that I cook. Joyce will be like, oh, you should do your lasagna. Oh, you should do your Swiss veal. Oh, you should do your steak. Oh, you should do blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Joyce won't cook.
but you'll be happy to do it. You know it.
We know that. We
Now,
know who the boss of the house
my
is.
cooking is breaking out the wallet.
Yeah.
But
Hey, so
I'm
let-
not sure that if I came and rang the doorbell, I'm not sure that Anthony would even let me in the house.
Yeah, Gene, I was
Oh,
just
no,
gonna-
no, Jean, I'd let you in, because nobody in the public needs to see what I would then do.
Well, I was just going to ask both of you guys, how far back do you guys go, Gene and Anthony? I mean, you
Only
guys
about
obviously.
a year at most. How long have you been a member of my channel, Jean Ricard?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
Something like that.
Well,
Jean
then
Ricard is one of my loyal supporters of my channel, and I seriously, just to get serious here, I love Jean Ricard. He's an awesome guy. He's a lot of fun, and we wouldn't banter like this if we didn't like each other.
So what this is reminding me of is Digger Evans and Boxcar Jerry scenario. Same thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Yeah.
And I'm
Yeah.
sorry, there I'm lost because I don't know those two persons.
Well, basically, Jean, it's the same kind of scenario. You guys you guys beat up each other but you love each other. It's that kind of scenario.
Okay.
It's a good one, John. I am enjoying it, because I just met you, and I actually just met Anthony for the first time today. So that's what it's reminding me of.
You poor soul.
Well, I'm glad
You're never
that
going to be the same again.
that you find us entertaining.
Absolutely.
Daryl and I were talking just the other night, and just about the railroad hobby and how, in some ways, it's dying off, but in this kind of way. I mean, look at it, we're international. Every one of us is somewhere different. Anthony and I are about 2 hours away. Daryl, you're, I don't know, halfway across the country, all the way across the country. John Ricard and Artie across the world.
Yeah.
But here we are all sitting here talking and chatting. And so in many ways, the hobby's stronger,
Well, what I
Well,
associate.
in some ways, yes, it is. In some ways, to the hardcore modelers like ourselves, yes, it is. It won't die with us. Or not won't die amongst us. Let's put it this way. Is the hobby dying? Yes and no. Depends on how you want to look at it.
Yeah. Well, the model train hobby had a couple of kicks in the butt. For example, the model train hobby is booming in the UK because COVID did wonders for the model train hobby worldwide. I'm sorry, I said the C word.
Yeah, no,
because everybody was stuck at home going, Oh yeah, model trains. Now, a lot of small shops closed, but look at all the startup businesses in the model train hobby just the last 10 years. This hobby cannot be dying when you have more companies than ever before producing product, and that's just model trains. Yes, some companies like MTH have gone out of business, but they're being replaced. Rapido out of Canada is doubling and tripling their business. In Germany, Märklin, Pico, Brava, there's dozens of smaller companies that are producing products. You know, it's much healthier in some countries than in America. It ran the risk of dying, but even in America, there's more companies today making trains than ever before. So it's there. And you've got 3D companies are making it so much easier. Instead of having to custom build, look online and there's somebody making a 3D print of what you need. Or printing it yourself.
That's true. In fact, I'm looking at maybe getting a printer myself.
I've got one. I'm just trying to get it right.
Christmas. Well, I'm going to be hitting you guys up later in the year when the time comes. So I want to go with resin, I think.
Yeah. But what I'm seeing is the fact that there's the boss now.
Yeah, you just say,
What I'm seeing is, look, in our country, it's just getting way too expensive. And we're not getting too many of the young ones taking it up.
Yeah, there's been a trend towards expense, but there are the cheap stuff, the inexpensive stuff is still out there, and there's always second market. But second market, like in the UK, second market is exploding in prices as well, because the big company Hornby has just gone crazy with how they jacked up their prices. So everybody's now on the aftermarket trying to buy used stuff. But you know, companies like the German company Pico, they still make the cheap $100 locomotive, and they'll make a higher end $250 to $300 locomotive. Brava doesn't make a locomotive under $300.
One of the problems for the new ones that come into the hobby is also if they watch a channel like this one and see Artie's picture up in the left-hand corner, and Anthony's in the right-hand corner, and Daryl's down just under Artie, and see those layouts. They are so big, and so it's simply scaring for people to get started. Nobody is doing the small branch line. Nobody is just having, you know, like, the sun.
But that's a false misconception there, Gene. You see, we have here now that you see is 3 different size layouts. Mine's a small one. Mine's a small layout.
But you are right, Artie. But still, if you should start it in that scale, even if you call it a small one, I assume that you have for at least a couple of $1,000 of material and tracks and turntables and what else you have there. And I know, for example, that your train control silver program there is also an expensive one.
Well, but you don't have to. You don't have to go to that extent. I've gone to that extent.
But we all talk about this on our channels too. Okay. And first of all, there are plenty of beginner channels. I mean, you know, I've got a good friend who I met in the UK, Tim Dowd. He has just loops on a carpet in his bedroom. Okay.
Yeah.
There are beginners that keep it cheap. Me, I'm a prime example of somebody who's got all the space, but when you look at my layout, I don't have anything really built up on it. I've got this huge space, but I'm also 58 years old. I've raised my kids. They've moved out. I've earned the space, and I now have some expendable cash that I can buy this. And I think we all put that out there. Yes, we're aware the hobby's expensive, but I don't think we scare people off. To be honest, based on what I talk to and what I see, the people who scare people out of the hobby starts at the clubs And then
Yes.
even some of the channels on YouTube
Yes.
with the rivet counters that people are like, that's wrong. And if you don't do it this
Yeah.
way, you're an
Yeah.
idiot. Those are the ones who scare the people out. You
Yeah.
have, if you're a member of a club and you have an open day, I have seen clubs with open day where kids come in. Now, those of you watch my channel, you see if you watch my live stream last night, my grandson Kyan was here. He's 18 months old. He sat here for an hour, just fixated on my trains. But when Kyan sticks his hand out, which is his symbol for, I want that, I don't say, no, you can't touch. I hand him the controller and say, go at it, little guy.
Of course
Yeah.
you do that, because you know he's the best train driver in the family.
Now, Jean-Ricard, don't change the subject. But the idea is too many times we scare the kids off. No, stay away. Don't touch. Don't touch. Give them the darn locomotive. Give them one of the junky ones and let them mess with it. Let them touch it. Let them feel it. That's when you get those old guys, and I hate to say old guys, but when you get those guys, stay away, stand back, don't touch anything, and you don't have anything that encourages the positive, hey, play with it, have some fun, here, sprinkle some scatter grass on this part of my layout for me, do trees. I've got 1,500 28 millimeter size tabletop wargaming figures. I painted about 1,000 of them. My kids, when they were younger, painted the other 500. Some of them are not great jobs, but I never discouraged my kids. I said, go for it, knock it out, do a design. If you want to do a pride flag on them, do a pride flag. If you want to make it all purple, make it all purple, because I wanted my kids to not have that fright. If they do it wrong, they're going to get yelled at or made fun of or whatever. It's go for it, have fun. And that you find they will take care of it. When I put my model train in my inner city classroom, some of the toughest kids from gangs and everything else, when that model train was up and running in my classroom, they protected it. Mr. Dodge, if I get my homework done, can I run the model trains? Yes, you can. All right. And then kids are playing around the classroom. They'd be saying, hey, watch out for Mr. Dodge's trains, man. And they didn't let you mess with it. Don't touch that. You don't know how to use that. Mr. Dodge, can I show my friend Lamar how to run this? Mr. Dodge, can I show my friend Eddie how to run this? Can I show Mike how to do this? Yes. Show them how to do it. That's how you get people in it. So a channel on YouTube should not scare anybody out of the hobby. Yes, it's expensive if you want to put the money into it, but it's also easy to do it cheap if you want to do it cheap. And every one of us needs to put that out there. And on top, weather versus not weathering. I mean, there's some guy on a channel from the UK. He's got 80,000 subscribers. And the first thing he says is, I won't even watch a channel. And if somebody's not weathering their trains, it's a waste of time. They shouldn't even be in the hobby. And I'm like, those are the type of people that ruin the hobby. And if you want the tabletop layout, it's there. If you want the 2x2 on the carpet, those channels are out there. Go support them and promote them. I do, because I'm blessed to have this space, and I think I make that known every day.
Yeah. You see, out of the layouts, I know Daryl's layout. He's got the largest layout out of all of us. That's up and running. But he's got the way he's got his layout set up. It's not as fancy as, say, mine, where it's got the full automation, and it can be done on the cheap. Dave's layout, his is still pretty much simple and basic, and so is Anthony's. But you two guys got an advantage over me, where you can actually have your trains running. How to say, you got your trains running in a circle continually. And if you have a show, have a stream like now, particularly like Anthony, the trains can just go around in circles and talk away. With me, because mine is from end to...
My layout is
because
just a big
mine's
circle.
from end... Yeah. And with mine being from end to end, and it doesn't go continuous, but I wanted to show my trains running, I went out to that at a little bit of expense to be able to create it. But do I need the automation system on my layout? No. I still have a simple. I still got a basic, simple setup in the background. If that makes sense.
Yep. Yeah.
I don't need the computer to run my train. I've got a switchboard like we see the passenger train running now. I've got a switchboard there where I can turn the turnouts the old-fashioned way.
Yeah.
Eventually, I'll be able to do everything the old-fashioned way.
But there's so many aspects
Computer breaks down.
to this hobby. If
That's
you
a nice-
watch Artie, yeah, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Dave.
Oh, no, I was just going to probably agree with what you're saying. There's so many levels of this hobby. You can be as simple as you want, or you can get as high tech as you want, especially with DCC and all the automation and JMRI
Really?
and all that kind of stuff.
And
So,
the thing is,
there is a beginner entry level.
absolutely. And the thing is, you can watch Artie's
Yeah.
channel or go watch Jason the Train Freak or Steve Childers, and as they go through the system of how to integrate that computer stuff. And that's something you can do down the line if you want to do it. There's great learning experiences. So the nice thing about YouTube is, I'm not one of the people that goes, our community is a wonderful community. Our community is filled with humans, which means we're backstabbing, petty, cruel, or loving, kind, and helpful, whatever that person is in life anyhow. But you can see whatever you want. Google and YouTube, type in what you want, and
Hello,
There's the
Joyce.
boss.
Hello.
Hi guys.
Here's the boss. Here's
Hello.
the boss. Hello, hang on.
There's the
The
boss.
star of the
yeah,
show.
John
There she
Ricard has
is.
been being mean to me and kissing your butt nonstop.
You think?
I'm not kissing your butt. I'm not kissing it, but I'm complimenting
How are you,
Anthony
Joyce?
for his choice of wife, because he has definitely gotten the best deal in that deal, if we can say it so.
Yeah, see, Jean Ricard, you're just admitting I'm the smart one. I married her. She's the dumb one. She married me.
Yeah.
No, she is
Totally
the
not
one
the
with the
dreams.
heart on the right place, because she married you.
Azuma, dear. Azuma.
Oh.
No,
Azuma
no.
train.
Yeah,
train.
we're
Azuma train. Azuma train. Azuma train. Azuma train.
You
On my
don't-
layout,
Stop.
on my layout, Azuma runs tonight. On
No,
my
Oh, boy,
layout,
okay.
on my layout, Azuma runs.
there we go.
Artie.
That fixed it up.
Can't you mute him?
There you go.
You don't need it.
Yeah, that
You
is
have
nice. It's nice.
Hang on.
four.
Yeah, we got a yellow fish. We got a yellow imposter. We got a yellow fish lurking in the bed here. Where was it? Where's that yellow fish?
You're all a bunch of haters.
Of course we
I
are.
do.
Of course we are.
Hey, I was
Sound like
showing
Gumby,
my
man.
I was showing my high speed rail of California.
Well, the funny thing is, my German company, Meriklin, is making the inner city makes models of Seattle's inner city rail and San Diego's inner city rail cars, which I believe are German. But
Yeah.
they just released them. They're available. I didn't buy it because, well, it's Seattle and I don't really do Seattle.
Where have you seen that, Anthony?
Meriklin just released it. It's actually was it Meriklin? Maybe it wasn't Meriklin. Maybe it was Roco. No, I think it's
Okay,
Meriklin. I'll have to double check.
Because,
But yeah, they announced
I-
it last year and they just came out because they just released.
okay.
But somebody's
Okay.
got it. Yeah, the Sprinter. It's called the Sprinter.
Yeah. We're going back to what we were talking about. You see, the biggest problem I'm finding nowadays, particularly with the young ones, getting motivated, and Daryl hit it during his marathon stream. It's those stupid smartphones and computers. Kids are getting on those games and then they don't know how to get off it. They
Yeah.
forget about reality and
I
how
got
to
news for you. There's
start
plenty of
doing.
adults that are just as bad as the kids, and I'm going to be one of those people. Don't hate
Oh,
on the
yeah.
kids. The kids model the adults. You know, we tailor
Exactly.
that
Yeah,
stuff.
you're right
We
there,
aim it at
Anthony.
kids. We brainwash it to the kids, and then the kids do it, and then we yell at them, "What are you doing?" You give a kid a reason to get off of it, they actually will get off of it. The stream is sponsored
The
by
Kahat
Kahat
Airlines, yeah. Randall, yeah, probably is, but I know where the pilots are from. They're all former Airbus pilots that don't know which airport to land in. I don't know. Have you seen it? You watch aviation photos, clips, Daryl?
Yeah.
Did you see
Yeah.
that? Did you see that mega jumbo from Airbus that landed at the wrong airport in the US just recently?
No, I must have missed that live stream, but I'm
It was
sure I
in
can pull it up.
California. And the
Yeah.
worst thing is he actually didn't know which airport he actually landed in, which made it even worse. He actually landed in the GA airport for general aviation. He missed
Yeah.
it by about
that much. Missed it by that
5
much.
miles, 6 miles. Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Cheap.
No.
We missed it by
Yeah,
that
yeah.
much.
Yeah, I watch a bunch of
Yeah,
guys out here who live stream at LAX, and I can tell you, I love watching planes. I mean, I love all aspects of machinery, but it's very interesting that these guys came from nowhere, and out of a year or so, they are such a big hit. I mean, they're doing very, very well, and they live stream from on top of one of the hotels here in Los Angeles, and okay, let's take for instance our chat. I mean, it's a very small community. I'm telling you that this chat is going so fast you can't even read what's going on, and it's just amazing. And hey, Gene, what do you actually model, Gene? Well, what do you model, Gene?
I have model trains like Anthony from the
Okay.
firm Märklin, and
Okay.
what I run when I run it currently it's in boxes. But when I run it, I have a lot of trains that represent Danish trains. So I have no-haps that was very common in Denmark and was like the American F7. But it was
cool.
built on license in Sweden.
Okay.
Yeah,
And you
Dave,
can
that
take it-
quote from Randall is from something on my channel.
Oh, okay.
It's one of my comedy bits he's bringing in. He inspired it, but I wrote it.
Yeah. Yeah, you'll need to check it out, Dave. It's actually
There's no train stuff on my channel. It's
Yeah.
just comedy, intended or not intended.
yeah. But it's worth That's funny when
Okay,
there are
and-
airlines out there like that.
Excuse me. Okay, we were talking about the younger generation. Okay,
Yeah.
today I had an 8-hour live stream. I didn't know I was going to go that long, but all through that live stream, I actually had 2 young people on my live stream. AJ, Weathering with AJ, he's one of them. He's 16 years old. Artie, if you can bring him back up, that would be wonderful for your live stream, because he is part of that young generation that needs to be seen and needs to be heard, because it's very, very, very uncommon to get, kids at that age. So, I mean, he popped back and forth. So see if you could bring him back up. I'm not sure if he's still there, because he was way back in the.
There's a bed here somewhere. I mean, yeah, he's more than welcome, because I know he wanted to pop up, and I saw him on your chat just before you logged off.
Oh, okay.
I encourage the young ones to come on.
Yeah, AJ, anytime you want to
And
pop
there
in
is
on my
other
channel,
ones.
anytime.
Yeah.
brainwash him early.
Yeah, and there's another young guy. There's another young guy. His name is he goes by the name of Ralphan 120.
Oh, okay.
He comes on every now and then. He's
from
been
Pennsylvania,
spending
I
a lot of
believe.
time doing. Beg your pardon?
I think he's from Pennsylvania. Yeah, Real Fan 120.
Yeah.
There's also Lackawanna
Both,
Lackawanna Rail Fan, and he's got a whole slew. He used to do a Tuesday stream, but he stopped it. But he had a whole bunch of young guys, teenage boys that would come into his live stream, but he stopped doing his live streams. Lackawanna Rail Fan.
Yeah, I encourage the young ones when they come in, go for it. But that Ralphan 120, when he came on, he was singing about doing videos and whatnot, sharing his experience.
Yeah.
And basically Rick Bailey and what gave him the push and gave him a coach. And look, if you want to do it, do it.
Yeah. Well, what's encouraging?
Yeah,
what's encouraging about AJ's weathering is he's not. I mean, he's in the modeling train. I mean, he doesn't really have a layout. He belongs to a club, and but his techniques in weathering at his age is very. It's not seen. Okay, we all started out when we were playing kids. When we're kids. AJ, his technique is okay. There's AJ right there. You have the stage. You have the stage, AJ.
So what are we talking about here?
Okay, basically,
we're talking about you.
We're talking about
we're
you.
We're talking
AJ.
about you, not at you.
Oh.
Yeah. Go ahead, AJ.
It's all bad.
Put AJ up if you can, a little bit bigger screen. AJ, show everybody your your modeling tips. There you go.
So I'm gonna close the blinds really quick for the light.
Yeah, go ahead. And this is what I was talking about, everybody. He's just not playing with
He showed
trains.
some really cool gondolas.
Yes. He's very talented.
I have a hopper car that I've been working on right here. I think this a lot.
Oh, wow.
Oh, nice job.
Nice
Man.
routine, yeah.
What do you primarily use to
Man,
weather
that's
with?
amazing
What are you
work.
weathering with? Is it acrylics, chalks?
I weather with oils, acrylics, chalks, everything. Yeah, weathering powders.
I like oils.
Powders.
Oh, nice.
And
Do you like a certain brand of powder?
The underbody. Yeah. It was like a brand where you can use for like tanks and stuff. I don't have it here, but I have it in my workbench. I can go get it if you guys want. I can show you guys my materials.
AJ, bring up some of your other stuff before you go get it.
Okay.
Show some of the other models that you've done.
Oh, very nice.
Right,
I
Dave?
need to get good.
Oh
at
man,
that.
that looks
I got
Right,
about
guys?
12 of those I have to weather up, man.
Exactly. And that's what I was talking about with AJ. I couldn't wait to have him come on because I told him in one of the chats, I'm going to have you on one of my chats. Please try. They're random. But for 16 years old, guys, he just doesn't play with trains. He's actually very, very talented in weathering. So go ahead.
Yeah, so
that is a talent. Definitely a talent.
AJ, if you get a chance, here's a tip for you with your camera. With your camera, if you can, flip it to the side because then you will get the full.
There you go. Is that better?
That's
better, AJ.
There we go.
Yeah, that's better, AJ.
That's a lot better. Now we can see ugly face.
There we go.
Only joking.
See, AJ, you already got a couple subs. All right. Creepy 103 said he subbed to you.
Oh, thank you. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I don't really only do like drawing on cars. I already do a bunch of stuff on like on paper too. So like I drew this one right here.
Oh, okay,
very
that's
nice.
cool. Yeah, that's cool.
So
Yeah.
you're just a good artist in general.
Yeah, but AJ,
art.
bring up some of
Yeah,
your
that
other
brings- that
cars.
brings-
Yeah, bring up some of your other cars, AJ. This is
So-
your time to shine.
Here's a Conrail boxcar that I weathered up with graffiti.
Oh, nice. Now, did you
Oh,
paint
you're
that
gonna
graffiti, or is that decals, or?
So some of it's decals, and then the rest are small tags I use with this brand of paint markers.
Show that paint. Show that paint marker again. Tell them what that is.
Oh, okay.
So you can get like different sizes and stuff, but this is usually just to make the graffiti permanent or to color stuff in.
Thank you, AJ. Keep going. You're doing good.
Very nice.
This is the other side.
Oh, cool.
And I have another car right
You
here.
can't even, if you're going to model like me modern, you have to have tagging.
Oh yeah.
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 Because
Yeah.
you see it. So here's another one I did.
Oh man.
Oh, I
Oh
like
man,
that.
it's fantastic.
Co-op.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was that you have to have line.
You could do a whole channel just on that.
Oh, that's brilliant work.
Thank you.
Because
Thank
there's
you.
guys will tune in just to watch you do that.
That's right,
Guys
AJ.
will tune in just to watch
Right.
you do that from start to finish.
Oh yeah.
You get so many subs just
Oh, yeah.
doing that.
Yeah.
It's
Oh
such
yeah.
a fine
Yeah.
art.
I mean,
Everybody's trying to learn from everybody else, and I may pick up a technique from you, and then pick up another technique from, I don't know, whoever else, and combine those
John
to what's
20
going to work for me.
Yeah, John 26:18 shows some really good stuff, but it's just where we were talking to everybody. I thought it was very, very important, and thank you, Artie, to bring AJ up at his age. And like I said, he's just not playing with trains. He's actually doing something with the trains. I mean, he's got great techniques. So thank you, AJ. Stick around. Don't go nowhere. Okay.
All right, you got it.
that
Thank
run
you.
away. Yeah, no,
thanks
it's
Thank
for
you,
showing
Artie.
us your work.
So AJ, whereabouts are you? You near that little, you near Daryl's area, are you?
What happened?
You're on the west
Yeah.
coast. Whereabouts
Yeah,
are
he's in-
you? You on the west coast too?
Yeah, he's in Bakersfield, California. I'm in Southern California.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Most of us know where that is. Kurt probably doesn't know. Hey, Dwight, you're still here. Yeah, no, we here, we don't criticize. The one thing about my channel here, we don't criticize about anybody's work. We all encourage everybody to do their thing, their way, and we learn off each other, and we get tips from each other. I mean, you might end up having some tips that I can implement. There are some tips that like that guy on the other side, that strange guy over there on the other side there, Anthony. He's got some amazing tips too. And one good thing about him, I'm learning through him, is that he's working on a different system than most of us. He works on a 3-rail system. But his work is amazing. I mean, I've seen what he's done with. Yeah, you bludger. The Diamond Horse station that he's done, the detail that he's put in it. Yeah, it's all right, Gene Ricard. We know that Anthony pushed you. But the detail that he's put in the work is amazing. There's not everybody puts extra detail in their model buildings, even though you don't see it. So, yeah, you're always welcome to come on. I'm always here most Sundays. I don't think I'll be here on next Sunday, so it's either going to be Anthony might take the show over, or Daryl might, if he wants to do a stream next week at my time. He'll have to shoot me an email because I intend to go up to Newcastle, the Hunter Valley, go on the steam train ride. So I won't be streaming next Sunday, but Saturday your time. Most Saturdays I'm here, and you're always welcome to come along.
No, thank you very much.
What you do.
Yeah, Artie, I'm going to leave that to Anthony because Anthony is like your wingman. So, I mean, I'm not going to say either way. And Anthony, that's Anthony's deal. If Anthony doesn't want to do it, then I can just do a live stream for you. But, I mean, that would be great, Anthony.
Yeah.
I just do what Artie asked me to do.
He's done to me.
Well, no, I hold the live stream open for him. After that, I don't do anything he wants me to do. And Artie will ask me to keep it PG-13, and I go to NC-17 within 5 minutes. But
who says this is a PG show?
You told me that.
It's 18 plus. No. You got the wrong guy. No. No. This is
that's the thing, Artie. You're sitting here talking about all the great tips I have. What tips do I ever give? You go to my channel, you see 3 things. You come to my channel, you see a live stream where all I do is talk and run my trains, and maybe I might explain one of my new trains, but usually it's just Jean Ricard yelling at me about running them backwards and me telling Jean Ricard to shut up. And then there are bad cartoons, the Matt Clark stuff, and then there's very good parody songs sung badly by me or beautifully by my wife, Joyce. That's it. That's all that my channel is. Although, yes, I am trying to start doing shows again. One should be loading up sometime tonight, now that I've actually got something to do a show about. But that's what my channel is. My channel is the channel you go to when you're tired of model train channels.
Yeah. That sounds cool. Good that you guys, stick together. It's pretty cool.
We had
nobody else wants that.
Yeah, AJ, tell them.
Nobody else wants to hang out with us. That's why we hang together, because nobody else wants to hang with us.
Yeah, I don't think AJ told you everything. AJ, what do you belong to?
Oh, I belong to a train club down here in Bakersfield.
See, there you go.
Yeah, and I whether they're some of them come up to me, and some of them have personal requests. Like not so long ago, I did some end scale work on 2 locomotives, auto racks. So, yeah.
Very good, AJ. Very, very good. Me, I don't know you, but I know you enough to where I can say, as a modeler, I'm really, really impressed with your talent. Very, very impressed. And I thought it was really, and thank you, Artie, again, for bringing AJ up. It couldn't have been perfect timing because of what we were talking about. This is a fine example of people out there, his age that, have this passion to do stuff like that. And it needs to be recognized. So.
Well, it does. I totally agree with Daryl. It needs to be recognised and encouraged. Like, I had younger kids that wanted to play trains and whatnot. It's like, well, okay, hang on a minute. You wanna play with trains? That's no problem. I know you like my stuff, but let me get some of the other stuff out. Let you learn with that and mess around with that in case they get damaged and broken and whatnot while you're learning. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. Like, I still got a lot of old LEM stuff here that some of them I'm going to be converting into DCC because my layout's basically DCC. And if some young kid wants to come around and play on the layout, I'll say play. They can. I'll put the old stuff on. If it does fall off the layout, 9 times out of 10 they'll bounce anyway and they won't break to pieces. With some of these other stuff that I've got on, you get some of these other more expensive layout engines, you got so much fine detail on it that they fall down the ground and you've got a million pieces laying around.
Yeah.
And even just handling them. I mean, I had one of my switches, I had the horn fall off. And when I was doing the tidying up the track work and whatnot, I got the vacuum cleaner out. And of course, I didn't glue the horn onto the back on the engine when it came off. I forgot to glue it on. When I went with the vacuum cleaner, I sucked it up and threw it out. That's a learning curve, eh? Will you two stop fighting? Jeez.
We stopped fighting. We'd stop talking.
Yeah.
I'd see that.
The problem is he's had a month where he hasn't been able to get at me because I was in the UK for a month with Joyce and we weren't on YouTube. So I'm trying to catch up with all the videos from all the channels I've subscribed to and just trying to catch up with, like, I finished catching up with all Artie's videos here yesterday or the day before. Because anybody I'm subscribed to, I watch their videos and I comment. My attitude is, if they're going to put the effort in to put something up, I want to give them the positive feedback and the thumbs up and do that.
Oh, yeah.
And just do what we can do.
But that's the way it should be. I'm the same way. I do the same thing.
No criticisms. I don't criticize.
No.
I look at somebody and I don't care if they're running trains on a carpet or if they got the world's greatest layout. When I subscribe to a channel, it's because A, I like what they do, and B, I like who they are, which is why when you actually meet them in public, like when I was in the UK, I met several UK channels I'm subscribed to. I met the people, first time I met fellow YouTubers, because I already had a sense of what good people they were. It was amazing to meet these people. That's all. I haven't posted any of that to YouTube. Yeah. It's all on my Facebook page. The people we met. I mean, some fairly big UK channels, but and small ones too. But that was the wildest thing. Is like there's one guy. His channel's got 17,000 subscribers, so that's a pretty decent sized channel.
Yeah, that's pretty decent.
Well, I mean, there's guys in the UK that have 100,000, 80,000, 90,000. But 16,000, 17,000 is a strong thing. I've been a fan of his for years, and when I got to meet him, it was so funny because my channel, I have 1,100 subscribers, which is great. I have 1,100, which I'm one of those people. I still can't believe there's 1,100 people who subscribe to my channel, but there's only about 25 that ever watch any video I put up. So those are the only people I care about, the people that actually watch what I do.
Yeah.
But I met him. His name is Jim Hover Motion because he's a UK guy that does German trains. And I have loved his channel. And he's got one of the coolest layouts, very automated. Great story behind it because he started the layout 10 years ago because his friend started this layout and died of cancer. And he told his friend he would finish it for him. And he did. And it's a tragic story. It's a beautiful story. But he has this amazing layout, and I met him, and I'm sitting there going, "Oh my God, it's Jim, Hover Motion Jim, one of the coolest channels on YouTube. This great." And I'm like, I'm this nobody, and he and his family, his wife and kids, turned around and told me, "We're sitting here going, it's you, the dude that does the Matt Clark series and does this and this and this on YouTube. Oh my, we can't believe you're really here." And so it was like this mutual thing, but that's what was beautiful about it, is just meeting people that are in the hobby, and they come across on their channel with what they really are, good people, because some of them aren't, but you tend to get a sense of the honesty out there.
Yeah
he's got I mean, I watch his channel, and he's got an amazing channel. Sorry, Dave.
No, so that's kind of how it was when we went to Strasbourg and Steamtown a couple years ago, and just meeting up with the people you see on here, and you meet them in person. It's almost like an extension of this. Like you feel like you already knew them, and it was just really good, really fun.
You just get
you
different
put
vibes.
A true personality with what you think you know in your mind.
Connection when you meet a person. Yeah, you just have that special connection when you meet in person too. which is just an icing on top of the cake.
Yeah.
I mean, it was just a shame I couldn't get over there to
Look,
meet
Artie.
you guys.
Well,
Well,
for instance, Artie. Well, for instance, if Artie would have been able to come out, Artie's never met you, Anthony. He was going to stay with you for a few days, right? He was coming over to my house. He was going to stay with me a few days. Well, we only know him through this, but
Yeah.
sure enough, in what I know about
Yeah,
him,
but we did have
comfortable,
security and
him to
tasers
come
ready
in with my
just in
family and
case.
stay over.
Ooh, kinky, Anthony.
Oh yeah, I mean, we were going to buy a German Shepherd and all kinds of stuff like that too. But you know,
Yeah, okay, we won't go
you get
there.
what I'm saying. It just
Yeah.
you get to know each other enough through here over time. Yeah, yeah, Ian. That was a great time too. I really
Yeah,
enjoyed your
but
family.
Jean Ricard, he's got to make sure he lands in the right Sydney. There is another Sydney near him. Yeah, it's just north of the border. There is another Sydney there. It's spelled different, but it's pronounced the same. Yeah, so knowing his luck, he'll probably end up there with Kahat. Yeah, I mean, look, I'm enjoying this gang, and I'll call it the gang, group, gang, or whatever you want to call it. It's coming up.
Anywhere, man.
Well, it's coming up to what in August? It's going to be 12 months since I've started this live stream, and I tell you what, I'm glad I did. I mean, I met some wonderful people in here. I've learned a lot. Learned a lot what to do and what not to do. With some people more not to do. Won't mention any names, but it's been a fun, and being stuck at home. Skippy, get off that lap. We don't want to know what you're up to while you're sitting on Anthony's lap. I don't know where your brother is from, your wombat brother. I think he's still stuck in a hole.
You know what you did to me, you bloody bastard! You know what you did to me!
Hey, AJ, if you do you have anything else to show us, bud?
No. Well, while you guys all were talking, I built a little house.
Oh, okay.
Why we were talking?
No garage. Come on.
Yeah, I'm sorry, AJ. We were so boring. You had to actually build a house. Why everybody was chatting?
No, it's not. They weren't boring me. It was just good to hear in the background. You know, you guys talking, arguing. It was funny. So yeah just working on this small.
We're not arguing.
No.
Yeah, is that what is that? Is that a pike? Is that a pike? Which kit is that? Is that from a Pike's modeling, or is that from Walthers?
Walthers.
Walthers. Okay, thank you.
Oh, that's the propane company, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Very good.
AJ's going to have to give some tips to Heath, and I think Heath might have gone to bed by now, but you actually shown Heath how quick it takes to make a house, a building. You've done it in less than 10 minutes.
Yeah.
That's a record.
Yeah. I mean that's crazy. I mean that's really cool.
Well, of course, it takes 3 hours to open the box.
Hey AJ, do you do any airbrush work or anything yet, or you don't mess with the airbrush, or do you?
I do. I use airbrush a lot actually, but my airbrush broke, so I have to get a new airbrush. Right. Yeah, I do a lot of.
I'm trying to learn. I'm not too good with it. I have to go back and watch your videos.
No, I don't even know correctly. I used an airbrush, and I custom painted my friend's YB6 This is a
Yeah.
huge steam locomotive, and I painted it for him, and he gave me like $100, and you know, that was my little business. And then I think I used my airbrush for too long, and it overheated, and something happened. So now I need to get a new one. But everything now has been with powders, so that's
Yeah.
good. Learn another technique.
Very good, AJ.
Yeah.
Very,
Yeah,
very
thanks.
good. Yeah.
I'll definitely be checking out your work because I'm definitely trying to get better at my weathering skills, and I'm always looking for new techniques. So I'll definitely see what you've been doing.
Yeah. You know, Dave,
Yeah.
you look very familiar. I think you used to do live streams, no?
Me? Oh, I do live streams. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think I've seen some of Dave's live streams before with his layout, and you had
Yeah.
like you were making like what was it? Like an elevator shaft or something, or you were making like silos, I think, and you had like a tank car train. Yeah, I think I watched you before a couple times. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Thanks. Yeah, I'm still doing them.
Uh-oh.
What was that? I
Uh-oh.
do
Yeah, Dave does
early
his
morning
Thursday
and
morning.
Thursday.
Yeah, Thursday
Yeah.
mornings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and once a month I do. I'm part of the On Track Tuesday gang. I do the fourth Tuesday of the month. I do.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Yeah, because I had to
There's
switch it.
there's a lot of us that go live.
Yeah. Yeah, I had to switch accounts, so I had to go follow everybody I followed again. You know. So I remember. I remember those.
Yeah, AJ, it's rough when you become
Cool.
famous.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. It will be. I mean, you'll get the paparazzi floating around with the cameras everywhere around the world, you know. So make sure you got your underwear on.
Hey, did you
Yeah.
stop in my live stream last night? Your name is familiar. Now, Weathering Weathering with AJ. Did you come into my live stream last night?
No, the only
Okay.
thing I've seen was you guys today.
Okay.
But now I'm gonna watch you guys all the time because they're
So
funny.
how'd you find Daryl today?
Daryl? Oh,
How'd you come
I've been
across Daryl today? Just out of curiosity.
yeah, no, I've been subscribed to Daryl. Daryl subscribed to me, and I check out his channel, and you know we're good. You know, I've seen Daryl
Nice.
in his video. Pretty cool.
He's got good stuff there, man.
Yeah.
I don't know if you just happen to be browsing around and you've seen some, live stream on and you thought would be interesting, or if you guys were already subscribed or what. I just find it interesting how we connect and how we find one another just out of nowhere sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
been subscribed to AJ for quite some time, and until just recently, we chatted up quite a bit on Josh's channel, NS Modeler 24.
Yeah.
Because I entered Josh's live stream, and that's where the younger man, Diesel Sparks, he was there, and I just started chatting up with AJ, and I think I told him, hey, come to some of our live streams. I want to get you, I want to get you in front of the camera and let you show. I mean, so I'm glad you did, AJ, because you do wonderful work.
Yeah, I'm glad to be here. It was fun talking to you guys,
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah, it was nice seeing you anyway. Well, at least we know. At least we can put a face to the name that we see in our chats every now and then. Like next couple of days, it's going to be crazy because it's going to be like a pub crawl. Like we just do a live stream crawl. We just go around, follow each other, and spend about 5-10 minutes of somebody else's chat and saying hello again, even though we just said bye about 30 seconds earlier. He does do his On Track Tuesdays, which is every second Tuesday, third Tuesday, Dave.
It's the fourth Tuesday.
The fourth.
For my part, it's on the fourth Tuesday.
Right.
Yeah, I just did it. I just did this past week.
Yeah.
That's where I did the river pour.
Yeah.
It was with Daryl.
Daryl
came on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
that was good. And I mean, Daryl, he was a fantastic coach through that stream. I still take my hat off to him. I mean,
Thank you, Artie.
to have someone there that had the experience to watch over you while you are doing it and being able to do it live just made the job a lot easier, because I've seen it with you. You were stressing, and Daryl was just there to help you in the background and coach you along. And I mean, that's what it's all about. We can't be there next to each other personally, but with something like that, that was great help. I mean, I've learned a lot from it too, even though we were playing the Mickey out in the background and saying this
I
is
highly
going
recommend that anytime you're going to live and doing anything.
Yeah, I just told AJ, hey AJ, when you get
I needed to add more. He kind of coached me through you could use the same cup color again. You got to do these things.
Yeah.
So
because I know Dave has been wanting to get this done for the longest time.
In many ways, because I'd never been able to do that and watch the chat at the same time. You just can't.
Yeah. No, and to let everybody know, look, I'm kind of new to the community. And, even though I've been doing this, for a long time, I'm still new to the community. And I want to thank everybody from the bottom of my heart for, accepting me into a very close-knit community. And I've been blessed with everybody's, accepting me. And I want to say thank you very, very much. And I also want to say one more thing, AJ, when you get to be famous, don't forget us, okay?
No, man.
Okay, buddy? Yeah. Don't forget us.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Because when you become famous, we're in your chat. I want you to do the same for me. Bring me up in your chat and let me show. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Okay?
Absolutely.
All right? Okay. Yeah.
AJ, don't you think, Daryl, put a thumbs like that again? That'd be a nice graffiti piece right there. One, the glasses and the hat and the 2 thumbs up.
Yeah.
That'd be a nice little graffiti on the side of a hopper or something. Or
there you go. Yeah, you can make one up. Hey, AJ, there you go. You can make up one for Derail Daryl.
Actually, it would be better when I first started watching and you had a long beard.
Yeah, no, I mean, AJ, actually, if you go back to my 400 sub count, you can mural me on one of those hopper cars, buddy. And I'd be more than happy to accommodate you for that piece.
Absolutely.
So go back to the 400 sub count, kind of take a picture of it, and then get me with the 2 thumbs up and Derail Daryl. Okay, buddy?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'll definitely hit you up, my friend. Definitely.
I'll tell you what, you can sell those, man. I'd buy one.
Oh, see, there you go, AJ.
Oh, yeah. I'd buy one too. What's this? For
weathered cars. You guys pay good money for stuff already weathered up, man. I ain't kidding.
Yeah. No, they pay really, really good money. Really good money.
Yeah, you know what, Daryl, you live in Los Angeles, right?
Have you?
Yeah, I live actually in the San Gabriel Valley. I live in between the 5 and 15 freeway that goes over the hills. So, so Bakersfield is not that far, but still it's far enough where I don't know if I'd want to travel. So, you know what? I will, we'll hook up AJ, and I'll give you, I'm going to type in my email. Okay. And it should come up on live chat. Okay, AJ.
Okay.
And then write my email down, and then we can chat through there. Okay. So,
just to butt in here, because I want to give Randall a nod here. Randall Ellison just mentioned another young gentleman that is an amazing channel, SMT Mainline. When we're talking about young guys making a dent in the hobby, SMT Mainline, that's a young guy.
Yeah.
Who also we should be thrown out there. Not to take away from anybody else, just we were naming some of the young channels out there and how we missed him. I don't know.
I'm just
Nathan Clay's another one.
Model railroading journey. He's got a very good comment. Artie, bring up Dan's model railroading journey. The comment there. It's 100% correct.
Right. Yeah. That's what we were, that's how we kind of led into this was the people who scare you out of the hobby, scare especially young people out of the hobby. It's not necessarily about young, but for example, there was a guy from the UK. His name was Tim. There was a guy, he had a channel called Family Model Railway, and then it was Tim Wells and that. But Tim custom built everything, scratch built everything in N scale for his layouts. And Tim had what you would call a Frankenstein approach to it, just whatever he could throw in wherever it came from. And there'd be so many guys on his channel during his live feeds going, what are you doing? That's wrong. Why are you doing it that way? And I would just sit back and say, shut up until he's done. And everything he built was beautiful. But every time he built, there'd always be these hooray Henrys, as we call them, these guys. There's only one way to do it. Why are you doing it that way? Oh, this is hilarious to watch him go. That's like when it's done, you won't even know how he did it. You're just going to look at it and say it's beautiful. And those people are the ones. And Tim kind of completely dropped out of the model train world because he felt like he was always trying. And that's a danger when you start feeling like you have to please the people on the other side of the screen. Whatever you do, AJ, do it for you. Learn for you if you want to learn, but only do what makes you happy. You can't worry about the audience. You can't worry about what we all say. You got to do it for you. Make you happy first. And then if it happens to make other people happy, great.
If you don't enjoy it, you're not going to enjoy it. You're not going to do your best work if you're not enjoying yourself.
And the other thing is also like,
hey guys,
the other thing is also AJ, you can't please anybody. There's always going to be someone to criticize you. If you like it, you do it. Don't worry about what other people are going to criticize, because there's always going to be someone out there that's going to say, "No, you shouldn't be doing it that way." I'm the worst. Artie, I'm the worst offender for not doing it that way.
Hey, Artie. I put my email up on the comments. I don't see it. I mean, if anybody wants to have my email, I'm okay with that. But actually, I wanted to give it.
Give me a sec. Just give me a second.
But you know what, Daryl? If you press the chat right here, you can actually go to private chat. And you can put it right there, so only us can see it. But if you want everybody else to see it, you can see it. You can put it out for them.
Well, the thing about it is I don't even see it up. I don't even see it coming up in the chat. So maybe they flagged that, and maybe they don't like people putting their emails in the live chat. So
no. That's not what it is. That's
hey, greetings.
I haven't made you a moderator. So that's why it hasn't come up.
Right.
Okay. AJ.
You can't post email addresses. You can't post email addresses or links unless you are a moderator.
Okay. So AJ, I'm going to update my page on my description, and I'm going to put my email in my description page. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay, buddy. Okay.
All right.
Yeah,
okay, we're good.
That'd be better that way. That'd be better that way.
Yeah.
And then others.
But it's also on the side of
can
the
actually
screen
get your email address and annoy you.
Okay.
But as AJ was explaining, it can either be at the top or on the side. You have two things. It'll say stream chat, or it'll say comments and private chat. You can post it in private chat, and only we would see it. Those are on here.
Okay. Well, let me try. Okay. So let I don't know. I'm going to put it, AJ, I'm going to put it up on my channel. That way people can contact me by my email. But let me see if I can do it that way in the private chat. I'll see if I can do it that way.
Okay. Yeah. No, because the reason why I mentioned if you live near, in the middle, downtown LA or everything, is because that there's going to be a train swap meet, and I'm thinking about getting a table over there and putting some trains up for sale or something. You know, maybe we can meet. That'll be pretty cool.
Okay. Yeah. No, that's cool, AJ. No, I would like that.
Yeah, me too.
That's a good way of getting out there and promoting yourself as well. I mean, I know some young guys that have done that here in the same way, and I'll tell you what, they do some amazing work. And look, doing that sort of stuff, it's an art form. I've tried it, but I just could not get it right. But doing it yourself, I mean, not the weathering side of it. I managed how to get the weathering right, but doing the graffiti side of it, that's a challenge, I find, for myself. So good on you.
Thank you very much. Really does.
Okay, Dave's a moderator. Dave's going to put it up on there for you, AJ.
Okay, let me see.
So when he posts it, just write it down. And you know, my email's open to everybody. I mean, if somebody wants to contact me, you know, I'm going to post it in my description on my page. So, you know, I'm going to do that. So if anybody catches my email, and you know, it's not a problem. It's really actually simple. It's deraildaryl@69gmail.com. That's what it is. So I don't have a problem with that. So
yeah, my email's on my YouTube channel too.
Oh, okay, Anthony.
I mean, not that I'm saying anybody needs. I'm just saying I do the same thing.
Okay, but I'm gonna thank you, Anthony. I'm gonna do the same thing on my page. But Dave said Dave contacted me via text and he asked me, said, "Hey, okay, so there it is, AJ, from the Crooked River in Eastern."
There you took a screenshot.
Okay, now how do I
It's a little far away, Jean Ricard.
All right, I got it there.
Cool. Yeah, you know, AJ, it doesn't have to be ASAP because I know you're young and you got a lot of things to go on. No big time, but we can chat and we can hash out the details. But I would be very honored if you did something like that. That would be really cool. And then you can come up with your own design. Okay, sorry, Artie, it's your floor. Artie, get your finger out of your nose. Say something.
Hey, pick a winner. Pick a winner, Artie.
Ew,
yeah.
Hey, I got my face in my UP cup. I didn't see anything.
Come on, we all did that, right? We all did that.
Oh, that's gross.
Oh, it's stuck. It's stuck.
my cousin in Melbourne, he's lost his little finger, the little one, right?
Yeah.
To about this down to the bone here, right? And we're stuck in traffic. You know, he's a truck driver too, or was a truck driver, and there's a kid or someone staring up at him. He goes like this. Like he's really digging up there hard into it. The kid looks away, but then he does the same thing as what I did. He gets the other finger, well, even that part, he just goes. Of course, the person thinks he's actually picked his nose as decent. Well, anyway.
I had a buddy like that who was missing part of his ring finger.
Yeah. It's called an illusion. Yeah, I will work out how to not you in a round table. Daryl, because I forgot how to do it. Anthony's an expert, but I'll turn you in a moderator a bit later on so you can share that sort of stuff.
That's cool.
You know,
I get a blue wrench. I get a blue wrench, right?
Yeah, that's all you get, nothing else.
Oh, all
my
right.
channel, everybody gets a blue
Yeah.
wrench. We're egalitarian on my channel. Everybody gets a blue wrench.
Yeah.
Knights of the rhomboid table were called.
Oh, the winning lotto numbers, I don't know. I missed them, Randall. Someone here won $60 million on Thursday night. They got it all to themselves.
Your winning lottery numbers were the square root of
Hang
2,
on.
pi, the Fibonacci
Is that
sequence
you,
up
Dave?
to 217, and 63.
Yeah, numbers don't go that high. Yeah. It wasn't you that won the Powerball, was it, Dave? The 60 million?
I don't know. If I tell you, then you'd be wanting to be my best friend. I'm saying be my long lost
I'd be your
cousin,
best friend.
Artie.
Man, I'd be your best friend even if you're down to your last penny. It's not money that buys you friendship. Yeah, anyway.
Yeah, it buys you a couple hours of it.
Smurfs.
Yeah, for you, yeah, not for me.
Hey, Rick.
Hey, Rick.
How's it going, Rick?
Depends on what kind of friendship you're talking about, Anthony. But we're not going there now. Well,
dude, we went to the park to bus and set up camp.
Back in your hippie days, down at Woodstock. Anthony?
I was 6 years old at Woodstock, man. I came on right after the Grateful Dead.
Yeah. All right, then. I am going to have to call it quits, guys. It's been a great show. Thank you again for all your support again. I won't be here next. I doubt it very much I'll be here next weekend because I'm intending to go up north to do the steam train ride on 5917, the 59 class that I just had on my picnic train. She's double heading with an engine that's been converted from broad gauge to standard gauge. They'll be double heading. This engine's come up from Melbourne. First time in this state.
Cool.
So I'm intending to go on to that.
Cool.
Both weather and health permitted. AJ, thank you very much. You're always welcome to come back on the stream on next weekend or whenever it's on. Daryl, thank you very much for you coming on.
Oh, I'm always a problem when I come on, technically speaking.
Yeah. and Dave reckons I'm bad. You're the worst. Dave, thank you for hanging out and showing us the sunset in Cleveland. Anthony, thank you for coming back. And about time you've done some work. You had your vacation, so now it's time to get back to work.
Yeah. Thank
this was work.
Thank Joyce for making a guest appearance.
Oh, yeah, Joe, that goes without saying, Joyce. Yeah, well, at least we know she's still alive. He hasn't left her behind. Yeah. Nice to know he's brought her home with him.
She's developed a camera attitude lately. Like, she would not come on the live streams from the UK. She just, nope, I'm not coming on, not coming on. And even here, she came over for a couple minutes.
My wife doesn't like coming on either. She's very camera shy.
Well, Joyce
was on vacation.
On my live stream. She comes on every week on my live streams, and she even does her own videos now and then. She's got her own YouTube channel. But just lately, she just, other than she came on last night's live stream, but just the other stuff she's been shying away from lately. I don't know.
No, she had the vacation attitude. I am not doing that. I'm doing my own thing. I am not going on there. I totally back her up on that one.
Yeah.
Everybody backs Joyce up whenever it's a debate.
Yeah.
I'm an island of one between you and John Ricard. I'm lucky I get anything.
Oh, don't worry. We'll support you somewhere along the line. But yeah, again, thank you very much, guys, for coming on. Everyone's have a safe week. Have fun. Be good. If you're not going to be good at it. And don't get caught. So, yeah, again, thank you again, guys. And I will speak to you guys when I do in the other channels. Yeah.
All right.
Bye for now.
See you guys later.
Yeah.
Bye,
Okay,
everybody.
everybody.
Bye.
Bye, Daryl. Bye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
It's all a bunch of horse poop.